Great, thank you very much. We have next, I think online, Mikayla Miller. I think I see you there. So whenever you're ready to go.
Okay, thank you. My name is Mikayla Miller, and I'm an Edmontonian and concerned citizen. Let's set aside for a moment the strange spectacle of Mr. Dreichel's feelings of being challenged by a community in a democratic society demanding accountability for where and how their public servants are trained and how public resources are allocated, and focus the discussion on learned behavior. And as an educator, I feel compelled to respectfully remind Mr. Driechel of something simple. Alberta is still a province of Canada, not the 51st state, and as such, the correct spelling of behavior is behavior with a U. In his public statement, Mr. Driechel managed to avoid the concerns raised by Edmontonians regarding his trip to occupied Palestine. So I'll put some of these concerns on the record for now and propose a solution. Here are some of the examples of what Edmonton police can learn from occupied security forces in Palestine. Last month, the police illegally assisted National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir in producing propaganda inside a prison to promote the death penalty for Palestinians. 2 days ago, police violently attacked journalists documenting the dispersal of young Palestinians in East Quds. Even voices within Israeli society are warning that these forces are losing their humanity and are consumed by ultra-nationalism. We are talking about a system where prison guards who are indicted for the gang sexual assault of cuffed detainees were publicly called heroes, where in the occupied West Bank, violence against the indigenous Palestinians, murders, and daily abuse is routine. Just last week, undercover border police killed an entire family of Palestinians because they felt threatened. Police arrested a woman for a decade-old social media post of a Palestinian flag and then humiliated her by forcing her to dance with the oppressor's flag while recording her on their personal phones. Even dissent is policed. Settlers have been barred from wearing t-shirts critical of police, which meanwhile, the International Community Court issued warrants for Benjamin Netanyahu, Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, for war crimes and crimes against humanity. Warrants that under Canadian law, officials like Mr. Driechel does not get to act on feelings that are bound by law, policies guaranteed by the Canadian Charter right and freedoms. The International Court of Justice issued provisions to prevent the genocide of Palestinians, where none, if any, have been adhered. And in another ICJ case, one that Canada itself participated in, the court found that the governing system violates international law prohibiting racial segregation and apartheid. On a personal note, I joined many other concerned citizens this weekend to peacefully protest on the steps of the EPS headquarters against Mr. Dreichel's trip to Israel. During the protest, police officers watched from inside, laughing, taking photos, and even deploying a drone overhead without coming outside to engage or connect with the community. The experience was disheartening, but it also highlighted the intimidation tactics being used against protesters. It raises a troubling question. Is this confrontational behavior something learned during the recent trip? So, I will say this plainly. There is only one reasonable conclusion. Edmonton is a city that stands for peace, for justice, and global solidarity. Choosing to participate in a U.S.-aligned expedition, educational or otherwise, with a regime facing credible accusations or apartheid, war crimes, and crimes against humanity is not a neutral choice. It's an unacceptable one. Anything less than the resignation of Mr. Driechel and Ben Henderson for approving this request is an admission of complicity and in the ongoing Palestinian Holocaust. Going to Israel for learning purposes while it broadcasts its violence and genocide of Palestinians is no different than touring Nazi Germany for education during the Holocaust. I firmly support our mayor's statement regarding this situation and further call on Warren Dreichel's resignation. He can't let feelings, career ambitions override basic human decency. Thank you.
Thank you.